I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not? I like who got businesses, I'm CEO of mine. 1980 Prezi Rolly, we been working overtime. The witness, the police, the pigs, I don't eat swine. Son of Jacob, this biblical, my flow, the holy God. Save money ground up in the gutter where they found us. Stones in the faint Mount Rush, more vacays, more bucks, more...
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Carolina Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Mixing up the middle. Ooh, the juke. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Corral. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jonnu Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Here we go. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10 at their own 18. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Burrow will throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his big time, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And able to get this to the 31. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Corral. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Nixon will try the right side. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. An option head off here to Mixon. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And Corral will throw it. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. From 21 yards away. And the Panthers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for. Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 11, mighty. 11, mighty. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on fourth down. Back deep for the Panthers, DJ Moore. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. It's certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. First carry for James Conner. Trucks over him. That good for 22 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Corral with it on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action here. Corral. Eluding the pressure right. Right side caught by Jackson. And they'll get this down to the 10. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Back to throw, Corral. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. pass is going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Here we go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And some space here. There he goes left side. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Here we go.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
Get set. 11 MT. Hey. 11 MT. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11 Thomas.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. That quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
Returning it is Moore. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Corral on 3rd and goal. Caught left side, Hopkins. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
check that. Street.
On fourth down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Joe Mixon, as time expires in the first half. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Carolina. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter. And boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On one, right?
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior. And that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Burrow looking to pass. And connecting here with DJ Shark. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, Evans looking for space. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
11 empty. Here we go.
Here's Burrow. And a catch right side by Evans. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
11 empty.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow on the slant. This is Chark. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Now Burrow. That's once again complete to Chark. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 33. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 33. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
12, 12, 11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11, 11, 11.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Fielded just inside the 20.
I'm fine, ready?
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10 right at the 30.
12, 12, 12.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw again on second down. Burrow, he'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
11 MT, hey! 11 MT, hey! Tommy. 11.
Now it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Here we go. 12. 11. 11 MT.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. A handoff to McAllister. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Play action. It's Burrow. Rolling to his left. And that is taken in by Hurst. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. On the give, McAllister with it. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Burrow will throw. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They run with Deuce McAllister, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
He's up to the 20. And Deshaun Jackson off to the races. 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They're probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They gotta go.
Now it's Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Amari Barno in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day has been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Burrow going for it on 4th, and he fends him off. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Here's Corral on 1st down. It's complete to Hopkins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Corral. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side complete to Chase. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
11 Thomas. 11 Thomas. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense.
Now Burrow loses the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Next to score, Panthers 42, Bengals 16.